You're not going to believe this is true. I don't necessarily believe this is true. This is one of those things, the more you think about it, the less sense it makes. We got to make sure that we're hating on the right people here, okay? Because there are some people involved in this story who don't deserve to be hated on, at least, in my opinion, right? As one dude with a massive forehead and a webcam. Well, this isn't a webcam. This is actually a Sony A5100 attached to a 24/7 phantom battery power source with an HDMI output into a 4K capture utility. Not that I'm any expert or anything. Okay, but seriously, this story, I don't even know if most of that was right. I think that's what this camera is anyways. But the story is in Argentina. And I have been too lazy to talk about Argentina for a little while, but there's been shit going down in Argentina. The top Argentinian league is a mess. They have basically decided to cancel Pro Rel or something and then put in a playoff, and it's going to come back in a couple of years. And like the Argentine FA, I mean, remember when Messi retired briefly? The Argentine FA has always been kind of a mess. Like they've always struggled, and there's always been those at least they're losing a PR campaign, right? I'm not an expert. I'm not reading between the lines. I'm not watching the Argentinian league regularly. Like I'll watch a Boca River match, but it has been problematic. There's been a lot of problematic news, problematic headlines, the league struggling financially and having to kind of readjust the way that it's being put together and turning into MLS, but with even more teams somehow. But this story kind of pushes it over the top as to how, I don't want to say unserious, but unserious the Argentine league has become. Because I want you to imagine something. There's two different hypothetical scenarios that I want you to keep in mind while we're talking about this. Will help to highlight how fucking insane this is. Right? One, if this happened in the United States, people would make so much fun of this about, how unserious the United States is, right? How much of a Mickey Mouse league, a promo league, retirement league, non-competitive bullshit, right? People would never shut up about it if this happened in the U.S. Now, Argentina, of course, is the reigning world champion. It's happening in their domestic league, and so it's a lot harder to find that sort of ground to stand on. Now, the other hypothetical I want you to keep in mind is if this happened in the Prem. If this happened in the Premier League, the level of outrage, the level of visceral outrage that would exist if this sort of thing happened. Now, what is the thing? You ever heard of Minecraft? Probably didn't expect it to go that direction. If you have, and you probably have, it's like the most popular video game in history. Sorry, Fortnite, but it is, statistically speaking. There is a Minecraft YouTuber named Spreen. Spreen. That's his, screen name. His name's like Yvonne or something. And I've never met him, but he seems like a good guy, right? He's friends of some people that I'm friends with, and nobody has any bad words to say about him. He's a big YouTuber, very successful at what he does, has over 8 million subscribers on YouTube, 5 million followers on Instagram, right? Maybe someday my glorious forehead will be able to catch up to him in some way, but honestly, as long as I get to keep doing these videos, I don't really care. Now, you might be wondering why I'm talking about a Minecraft YouTuber in relations to the downfall of the Argentine league. Well, he played in it. Spreen played in the top league of Argentina. He is not a footballer. He's never played football at any level that any respectable journalist is able to find. And yet, he made an appearance in the starting lineup of a team in the Argentine league. This is like KSI, because Spreen's a huge deal in Argentina. This is like KSI playing a minute for Arsenal in a Premier League match, starting the match, being on the team sheet, and then playing for a minute before being subbed off. That is what just happened in Argentina. And if it sounds too insane to be true, here is a picture of Spreen in the kit, ready to go. Right? This is another promo picture of Spreen, right? Debuta, Spreen, right? Like, there he is. There he goes. This is an article from The Guardian talking about the lack of respect. An Argentine club starts a social media influencer in the top flight. That is what's happened. Here he is. Here's the official team sheet. Ivan Bujar, I don't know how to say his last name, in proper Spanish pronunciation. Bujaruk. Ivan Bujaruk, maybe. But that's Spreen's name. And there he is in the team sheet, number 47. Fucking Spreen. Now, I told you there's going to be one person in this story, or people in this story, that we don't, I at least don't blame at all. I don't blame Spreen at all. Or I don't blame Spreen at all. How could you? I mean, if Arsenal came to me and was like, yo, we want to use you in this promotional thing and you can play the first minute of the match, the fuck would you say? I would say yes. Obviously. Who wouldn't say yes? That's awesome. The question to be asked is every other adult in the room, why are you doing this? The answer, ostensibly, is, according to this Guardian article, which was Deportivo Riestra, which is the club that started Spreen in an actual league match, says that it was a stunt for their main sponsor, which is an energy drink company. So it's an energy drink company, and this was a stunt to start Spreen to promote this energy drink company. That's what was happening here. That's why all of this happened in the first place. That's how we ended up at this point, right? It was the owner of Deportivo Riestra that basically decided this was something to do. And I just, there's so many different angles to this, but one that I love so much is that the captain, Milton Solis, has to talk to he has to talk to the press after this game, after the guy that owns his club has decided to start a YouTuber for the first minute as a promotional stunt for their sponsor. In a friendly, I wouldn't care. This is a league match. A league match in the Argentine top division. Now, the captain said it was Victor Stenfale's idea, who that's the owner, just in case you wanted to know. Interesting side note, he owns both the club and the energy drink company. So, he's getting a little 2-for-1 deal on this. And then Solis was asked about Bujaruk's skills, basically asked about like, what are Spreen's skills like? And then Solis, you could tell, Milton Solis has been told not to say anything bad about this. Because as he says, he goes, as a streamer, he is number one. Fair. Spreen's one of the biggest streamers in the world. He's one of the biggest and most important YouTubers in the entire planet. But that's not really what the question is. As for the match, he played 1 minute, he didn't touch the ball, and then he was subbed out. And I don't blame Spreen for this at all, nor should you, in my opinion, because why the hell would you not do this? But outside of that, I mean, a lot of players, obviously, former internationals, former players at the club itself, Deportivo Riestra, they came out and said this was disrespectful to the game and the league. It is. I mean, just imagine your emotion, right? If you are German and you're watching a Bundesliga match and Fiago plays the first minute up top for RB Leipzig to promote Red Bull or something, right? You're watching a French match or something, and that one, I can't remember the guy's name, but the huge French streamer that was playing Football Manager not too long ago, right? That guy plays the opening minute for Lille. You're watching the Premier League and it's KSI, or you're even watching MLS and Mr. Beast just laces him up to play the opening minute for Inter Miami. It's a joke. It is a complete joke, and it required a lot of forethought. Because this is a top league. There was registration in February. He got registered for the team, which I'm assuming everybody thought at the time was just already a giant publicity stunt. But to be honest, it's embarrassing and stupid that he was registered for the team in February. That is taking a spot away from somebody that, I don't know, might have been able to help you win a little bit. Because no offense to Spreen, he's not going to help you win at all. Right? And if you're talking about this being some sort of giant PR campaign, the only thing I'm going to think about Deportivo Riestra now, I didn't really know them before. Now the only thing I know about them is that they're an unserious fucking club. Is that the big PR boost that you want to know? I don't even know the name of the energy drink company that they're promoting. Right? Now Deportivo Riestra is just like a clown show in my mind, because this is a clown show activity. To put a YouTuber up top in an actual league game. He started at striker. Like, not that the positions should matter, but my God. You just like I just feel like there's some lines in top level professional sports. I mean, this is like WWE type stuff, right? And that is scripted drama of great athletic skill that takes place in a ring. But if you love like football, it's unscripted, right? It's not supposed to be tampered with. It's why when refs give their opinions in drunken or otherwise, intoxicated videos, they get banned immediately because we want to imagine it's pure and unscripted and just two teams doing everything they can to try and win. How can you possibly make the argument that this is Deportivo Riestra doing everything it takes to try and win? It's this one guy bending so far down he's kissing his own ass, trying to hype up his own energy drink company, which ended up just embarrassing his club at an international stage. And I'm perfectly happy to contribute to that embarrassment because this is an embarrassment. This is the nation that won the World Cup. And its domestic league, a year later, has a YouTuber in the starting 11. Good for Spreen, though. Like, honestly, I'm sure he probably had an amazing time. I'm sure it was really fun, and maybe they sold a few more tickets. If you want to do that, bring the Spreen in at halftime and have him do some sort of Minecraft speed run on the field at halftime. The people will still show up, and they'll get more of what they wanted to watch than Spreen running around and LARPing as a footballer for a minute. Right? Which, again, any other YouTuber that did this that isn't Cristiano Ronaldo, right, would be doing the exact same thing. But, like, if they want me next, I'll promote your energy drink, bro. I'll play. If anybody can just play in the Argentinian league, I'll do it. Fine, we can make a few more Hidden Grounds episodes. You pay me well enough, and I get to put I played in the Argentinian league on my CV. Hell yeah, that'll add a lot of street cred to this channel. I'll do it. You see how ridiculous that is? Stupid. I legitimately can't believe this happened. It's crazy.